Hello, I'm Bill Laberis. I'm the editorial director of the Enterprise CIO Forum, and I'm talking today to Ralph Loura. Now, Ralph is the CIO of Clorox Corporation, and we're talking about the concept of embedding IT more deeply into the business. Ralph, thank you very much for joining me here today.
Very happy to be here, Bill.
Now, do you agree that the role of IT in the organization is shifting more from where IT is an administrator to where it is embedded into the organization itself?
Well, clearly. And here at Clorox, one of the big trends is more toward end-to-end business insight to generate competitive advantage in our brand set. And so it's hard to gain insight if you are arm's length away from the data and the systems and the processes that support that. So it's really vital that the digital capabilities, the analytics, the insight that can be gained from systems be used to support that kind of transformation in the business. You can't do that at arm's length. So we're embedding with roles like client manager, business analyst embedded in the businesses we support more and more and more. And so it's not just a concept, but it's a reality, and I think it's here to stay.
In consideration then to embedding IT more deeply into the enterprise at the point of contact, as it were, what do you see as some of the more prominent impediments to doing that? And do they tend to be more lining up on the technology side or perhaps more on the human factors side of things?
One of the challenges with technology is most of our current IT systems are built on large-scale ERP environments, on large-scale enterprise apps that have traditionally taken years to deploy, are supported on time and life cycles that are very inconsistent with today's business. So one of the core impediments we have around embedding in the business, being agile and responsive to their needs, is we're kind of saddled with a legacy environment that's very, very change averse. You compare that against some of what we're seeing in the cloud space today with not only more innovative and nimble providers of solutions, but the ability to do mashups, to take different solutions that nobody envisioned putting them together in interesting ways to create this end-to-end insight or end-to-end capability in the business that can often be a game changer. So some of our challenges are the technology we're using today doesn't lend itself well to this kind of mashup model. So typically your first step is go extract all the data out of the legacy system to dump it into some other place that you can use to begin building a new app or a new insight upon. Since we don't often have the time to start with the let's extract it from the core, technology has become a disabler in some ways. So we're trying to restructure the way we think of ERP systems and other systems to make them really core enablers of that functionality. On the people and human side, we've built a whole organization and a history, and we've rewarded and trained people to be risk averse, to go through the change council and the architecture review board and really build very stable, very controlled systems. Try to take those same people and tell them now your job is to run as fast as you can and as agile as you can and as creatively as you can to help solve some challenges at the edge of the business as opposed to the core of the business. It's a different set of folks. It's a different set of skills. A lot of our people are eager to make that transition. Some folks are a bit more comfortable sitting in the core. And the good news is we need both of those right now to run the business, and I think we've got a good mix of that. But it definitely takes a different kind of culture, a different kind of person to really want to go run at that agile front edge of bringing technology to the business.
Ralph, you brought up cloud a moment ago. What, in your view, is the relationship between developments in cloud computing and the capability of embedding IT more deeply into the business?
Yeah. So the cloud is an opportunity, right? First of all, you set aside the definitions of cloud. Everyone's got a slightly different definition of what they see as the cloud. To me, what the cloud really means is it's capability I can buy, not just capacity, but capability. I can buy on demand, often in a multi-tenant capacity. And what I gain from the cloud is not just capital deferral or the flex capacity on demand. But what I gain is that the multi-tenant world means my potentially substantial investment in a solution gets multiplied by the other 1,000 customers in that same solution. So the ability to drive features faster, capabilities faster, bring solutions to bear faster is accelerated by the fact that we are all living in a multi-tenant environment and benefiting from the same sort of rising waters in terms of feature delivery. In the current world of on-prem embedded systems that you buy, you configure, you customize, and you support, you don't gain any advantage from that, the synergistic advantage of multiple people investing in the core feature evolution. So huge opportunity in the cloud area, particularly from a multi-tenant capability delivery, in that the whole industry resources are essentially being pulled to create capabilities. And the companies that have figured out how to most effectively tap into that new capability to gain competitive advantage with their business process aligned against that capability are the ones that are going to succeed.
Ralph Loura, CIO of Clorox Corporation, great insights on the concept of embedding IT more deeply in the business. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you, Bill. I enjoyed it.
And I'm Bill Labaris, the Editorial Director of the Enterprise CIO Forum, saying thank you for joining us today as well.